from my understanding, correct me if I'm wrong, by 24, you became a millionaire?
Yeah, 24.
So 24, was it like, go abundance, let's go, I'm in?
Absolutely. Absolutely. The day I turned a millionaire, I said, yep, absolutely. I'm applying for abundance. I
I
did.
love it. I love
The
it.
day
So,
of, I didn't waste any time.
so between getting the eightplex and becoming a millionaire at freaking 24 years old, what happened in those 3 years? Like, was it just more houses, appreciation? Did you also start your other businesses that you're, heavily focused on now?
More properties. That's what it was. An equity millionaire, right? Like equity rich, cash poor. So that's kind of where we were at that time. We had bought, after we bought that eightplex, we bought another handful of houses, 5 or 6, and we had really, really good equity in them. So that put me over the $1 million mark. But it was equity rich and cash poor. And at the time, at 24, I thought that was really what was like the goal, right? Was to be a millionaire. But then you become a millionaire and you don't have any cash to keep investing, and you figure out that this little $1 million number actually doesn't mean anything because you can't eat net worth. So that's why we took a really big shift in our investing career last year to say, like, hey, let's cash out on all this equity that we have. We're going to use this to grow our active businesses, and we're going to leverage that into things that are actually going to be the long-term growth. But I think a lot of people get hung up on that like millionaire number, that they want to like become a millionaire, but becoming a millionaire doesn't mean anything if you don't have cash coming in every month or a lot of cash in the bank to do deals. Like, it's just a number, you can't eat it.
So let me ask you this, because I totally hear you on this. My journey was corporate sales, high income earner. And then I was able to replace it by getting house hacks, turning them into co-living. I basically had 100K of passive income. I'm like, oh my gosh, $8,000 to $10,000 a month coming in for rental income. I'm financially free now. And that was like my whole goal for like 4 or 5 years, just the number I wanted to hit. And then I hit it. I'm like, okay, this is cool. I'm going to go travel for a little bit, and then realize I can't scale. I'm 27, 28 at the time. I'm like, all right, it's only so much I can drink on an island before I get bored.
Yep.
So I had to have that mindset shift where I'm like, I thought it was all about just hitting that financial independence number, becoming financially free. But at the end of the day, it's like, we're young, we're ambitious. Our goal in life is not just to lay around. Like, we actually want to strive for bigger goals and scale businesses. That's just innate, especially in my nature and your nature as well. So walk me through that like misconception. And then, do you think passive income is as important as everyone says? What's the main focus now? I know you said active income, cash flow. Are you also looking to generate wealth? Like, I just want you to kind of, unpack what I just said, because I think it's really important for people once they reach that point in life.
Yeah, I think everybody has to have a number that they're chasing, of course. But I think the idea of passive income, just like you said, it's just kind of like, why? We're in our late 20s, early 30s, even into your 40s. Most of the guys, that I surround myself with are in their late 30s, early 40s, and they're just hitting their stride. Like that's your prime earning years. Why are we looking to go lay on a beach? I think it's fun to be able to have the flexibility to be able to do that for a period of time. And that's the cool part about being an entrepreneur. But I don't think the goal is to do that for the rest of your life. The passive income number, I think, is something that you shoot for later in your life, in your 50s. And I'm taking steps now to ensure that I get passive income in my 50s. I'm not trying to strive for passive income currently. So I was kind of in the same spot, right? I was 25 at the time, and super cash poor, but super equity rich. And I couldn't do any more deals. And, I got to a point to where, hey, if I have a bunch of deals that aren't working the way that I want them to, I'm in trouble. It's all great as long as the deals are going good. But as soon as the market takes a shift, I'm going to be in a rough spot. So we've just kind of looked at our properties over a 3-year time horizon of saying, okay, which properties have not made money over the past 3 years because of vacancy, repairs, everything off the line items. And sure enough, most of them didn't make money. They might have made a few $1,000 or even up to 10 grand, but like, what's $10,000 over 3 years going to do for me? That's not doing anything. When I have $150,000 of equity tied up in it, it just doesn't make any sense. So I sat back and I said, okay, well, what do we, the properties that I owned at the time, I didn't even really want to own them later in my life. They were older properties that were built in the 60s or 70s. And, like right now, that's a 50-year-old property. Well, think in 30 years, that's an 80-year-old property that's going to have 80-year-old property problems. So like, yeah, I might invest in all of these older homes and burn them out, renovate them, and own them for 30 years and allow that to be able to be a, big net worth grow. But at the end of that, I'm going to end up dumping millions of dollars in repairs in these things. It's not going to make any sense, So that's kind of the investing shift that we had was, okay, if we're going to do this, if we want to we don't want to grow our passive income now. I want to grow active income now. That's it. I want to take the active income and grow it into things and invest it into things that are going to provide passive income later. So we took a big world view of, hey, what's probably the most likely thing that's going to provide us really good passive income later with as least headache as possible and as minimal expense as possible. And for us, it was just new construction properties. So we've shifted our entire business model to just making a lot of active income and investing it into new construction properties that, hey, if they break even right now or, make $100 a month, that's fine. We don't need the money. We have active income to cover our lifestyle. We need those properties to make us money 25 years from now. And that's the goal.